Hey guys, time for a little more work in the shop. Due for some maintenance on the car again. It's oil change time. Believe it or not, 100,000 miles on this car, and I have never changed the oil in it.
What?
That's right, never changed the oil in it. Over 100,000 miles now, almost 101. Of course, I've paid to have it done. I'm not stupid.
What?
Okay, I'm a little stupid, but this will be the first time I've done it. And I checked the other day, and I can't get my jack underneath this car. So I went and bought some ramps. I'm not a big fan of ramps, but we're gonna give this, sorry, loud traffic. We're gonna give this a shot, and you're gonna get to see it. Hooray. Okay, so I had to use a couple blocks of wood to get up on the ramps. The front lip of my car, which is factory height by the way, is too low for these ramps, but a little hillbilly ingenuity, we made it work. So I just have to remember to either not take them out or put them back before I back off the ramps. No big deal. Wheel chocks under the rear for safety. I got to be honest with you, one of the biggest reasons that I don't really like car ramps is because they're such a limiting tool. If I wanted to rotate tires or change my brakes or do anything that requires removing a wheel on this car, at first blush a car ramp isn't really going to help me with that. That said, because this car sits so low, I think I could probably get it up on ramps and pull the cover from underneath it, get to the jacking point if it's not exposed already, and you know, from there, after it's up on ramps, I could pick it up with the jack, pull the ramps out from underneath it, support it on jack stands, and go to work like that. So that could be an option in the future. For right now, I just got to find a way to get underneath this thing. Here we go. Let's see what it looks like underneath. All right, we're about to roll underneath the car here. I'm going to check these ramps before I go much farther. You can see that side, the passenger side, that looks nice and squared up, well seated. The driver's side over here, my tire is a little bit off center. It doesn't appear as though anything is buckling or collapsing there. I'm not real worried about side loading that ramp just a little bit, any more than I am worried about loading it at all. So I think we're okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll underneath this thing. Everything seems pretty stable. I bounced the car around a little bit. I think we're all right. A couple things right off the rip that I'm looking for is oil filter location. That was real easy to find. It's hanging out right there. And I want to see how difficult or easy it is for me to get to the drain pan on this guy, because it doesn't do me a lot of good to change a filter without dropping the plug and dropping the oil. And hey, that's way closer than I thought it was going to be. This looks like it's not going to be so bad to get to. You see right there, engine oil. And at a glance, that appears to be somewhere in the neighborhood of a 14mm plug. And I may have to pull, oh, it's tight under here, even on ramps. I may have to pull this little heat shield off. Looks like probably 3, I'm guessing like quarter turn fasteners there. 1, 2, and 3. So we'll get a little screwdriver, pop that guy off there, and a drain pan to catch some oil. Boy, was I wrong about the size of that oil drain hex. That is not a 14 millimeter, that is a 17 millimeter. And we got the right size on it now, so I'm gonna set you down and get this broke free. All right, we've given that a little bit of time to drain out, and I grabbed a rag here, got my hand cleaned up a little bit, and wiped off the plug. I don't see anything unusual there. That drain plug does have an aluminum gasket on it. I'm going to reuse it. You're probably not supposed to. I'm sure if I went to the Honda dealership, they'd be happy to sell me a new one. But also the Honda dealership wanted to change my brakes at 5,000 miles because they were worn out. So I'll not be going back there. You can pick those gaskets up at any parts store. This one looks like it's in really good shape, so I'm not going to worry a ton about it. I think we're down to basically a relatively slow drip coming out of the oil pan. So we're going to put that plug back in. I'll wipe off the surface first, make sure it's good and clean. Snug the plug back up to about a half an ugga-dugga, and we'll tackle that filter next. Be real careful putting that plug back in. The last thing you want to do is cross thread that thing. It is a relatively fine thread. I don't know what size and pitch it is exactly, but you get that cross threaded, you're going to cause yourself a whole lot of headache that you don't want. A little bit of oil coming out there at the end doesn't concern me in the slightest. If anything, it lubricates the threads of the plug going back in. Now this doesn't have to be gorilla tight. That feels pretty good to me. Half an ugga-dugga. I'll come back in with some brake clean here in a little bit. Clean this off probably. Just keep things tidy under here. Filter next. Well, like I mentioned before, the last time that I had the oil changed in this, every time I've had the oil changed in this, I've had it changed by someone else. Normally the quick change, oil change places that I've been to tend to really tighten down that filter, so I assumed I was going to need a wrench. I just put my hand on it there a second ago, and I think I'll be able to get it to spin free by hand. So we're going to give that a go. And there she comes. Hard to do this with one hand on a camera and one hand on a flashlight. Make sure you got your drain pan in place. Otherwise you're going to have a bigger mess than you bargained for. Shout out to Honda engineers. This is one of the cleaner vehicles I've changed the oil in. It doesn't seem to get in its own way a whole lot. You see the mess that I've made there on the oil pan and the mess I made back where the plug was. I made those messes. That's not because of Honda, so good job, guys, gals, whoever. All right, filter is off. Surface is clean. Spray a little brake cleaner. Love the smell of brake cleaner at night. And cleaned up some of the mess I made. We're gonna go ahead and put the new filter on here shortly. All right, guys, I got to admit I'm a little curious because this is a matter of some debate amongst car folks. I'm going to put a new filter back on the car. Obviously, that's not really a debate. What I see is some folks say, oh, you better fill that filter up with oil. Some folks say, oh, you don't have to worry about it. That 4 seconds of dry start won't hurt anything. Normally, I don't do that. Normally, I won't fill up a filter with oil. Because of the angle that this one goes on, and I'm able to, I'm going to put a little oil in this filter. Just curious what you guys do. Drop a comment, let me know. Let's go have us a shot. Let's go put a filter on. Now, here's another debate for you. How tight should that filter be? Me? I'm not all that particularly strong, so I tighten them up as tight as I can by hand. I'm not going to put a wrench of any kind on a new filter install. Jump in the comments, tell me how wrong I am. One thing I almost forgot. This little cover here. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not sure what purpose it serves. But also, I kind of don't care. Because an engineer that is probably smarter than me said it belongs. So we're going to put it back in place. I think the only thing really left to do is put some oil in this pig, check it after I get it off the ramps, and call it done. Set that right up here where I can close the hood on it and dent my hood. Now, this car does take a 0W20 motor oil. I personally am a big fan of Mobil 1, and that's what she gets. I've also run Valvoline full synthetic in this car. And I've run one of those two since the factory fill was changed. Now, I've got a little bit of that in there. I'm going to check underneath and make sure it's not all running out somewhere. All looks good down below. We continue to fill. This is a 5-quart jug, and this car takes, I believe, just over 5 quarts. 5.1 maybe. So we're going to dump the whole jug and get it down off of the ramps, check it, and add until it's full. Every last little drop. This isn't likely to be accurate because I'm up on the ramp still. We'll go ahead and pull this and make sure that it's showing some oil on the stick. There you have it. That's the work part of the oil change. You guys all know the job's not done until the job's cleaned up, right? So I got some things to put away here and need to find a new home for my new ramps. Other than that, we're gonna call her done. Oh, now I gotta figure out what to do with this stupid used oil. Yeah, this will probably work. Oh, that camera's not still on, is it? Hey, always dispose of your oil in an environmentally friendly way. Most most aftermarket auto parts stores, they'll take your used motor oil and recycle it for you. Don't just dump it in the yard or anything. That'd probably be bad for the environment and stuff. Yeah, so don't do that.